to start off my daily recap with an incredible picture. This, if you just would look at it, you would think, hey, this is looks like a hurricane or a tropical cyclone, but it's actually sea ice. This is from a probably either a 777 pilot, 747 pilot, or the big A340 Airbus pilot coming from Amsterdam back to the U.S. And he said in 33 years of flying, he's never seen this. And I'm not surprised because the Pacific and the Atlantic Ocean have 30-year cycles of warming and cooling, and the Atlantic is going into a cooling phase. And this is in Newfoundland and Nova Scotia area. And so this is pretty far south, and it's pushing down into the sea lanes between Europe and North America. So it'll be interesting to see how these guys get rerouted. But it just shows you that the cooling effect of the oceans are having some profound and really interesting effects. And one of the things that people are just getting their arms around now is typically in a La Nina year, Atlantic hurricanes are extremely active. But this year, the expectation is that it may not happen because the Atlantic is cooling so fast. You know, you need ocean water in excess of 80 degrees to form and then maintain the heat pump to enable the hurricane to grow, and they're really struggling with getting the heat. And also the winds are blowing so hard out of northern Africa that the dust is also creating an impediment to formation of hurricanes. So if they don't get a big hurricane season, this would just be another washout. And it just gives lie to the fact that you always hear, oh, the extreme weather is because of climate change, what they really mean global warming, but in fact it's suppressing. And so we'll have to watch and see. But this is very interesting to me. It kind of blew me away when one of my clients shot this over to me and said, you got to look at this. This is amazing. And I think we're going to see a lot of amazing things coming in the near future. So stay tuned. Now to the markets. So we had, as expected, a down day. We had another mirror, between Friday and Monday. Well, this would be a Friday, Tuesday because Monday was a day off. And SPY and oil fell pretty hard. What you didn't see though in the markets is you didn't see a big fall off in silver. It looks kind of flattish, but over the weekend silver pushed up really high in the futures market and sold off. So I'll check the chart here in a second, but it looks like it could be capping near term. So we'll have to keep an eye on it. By all means, don't sell your silver. It'd be probably just a retracement to generate some more energy for another push higher. But just to show you some of the charts, some of the things we bought today after closing our short positions in oil and in SPY and also in DRIP, is that we've got a buy signal on biotech at 55.05, and we took the trade. That was a midday trade. XIV, we went ahead and got long XIV, and so we're sitting pretty good in XIV as well. We the buy signal was in the 24.60-70 area, and I bought a little bit earlier, so I averaged in. So my average is closer to a little over 25, but I wanted to have a position in XIV because I was so short the futures. And then if you go look at silver, as I was talking about, it looks flattish from Friday, but if you could have saw the weekend, it had a big spike up here and it came back down. So I'm watching to see what happens Tuesday night, if it's just traders trying to generate buy stops to move things forward. And then the last chart I want to show you is the oil chart, and I think oil is not done going down yet. My expectation is to get it into the $40 area, and so today was a good start. But we had this push up probably going into turnaround Tuesday here, but has a big gap to fill. So I wouldn't be surprised if it gets up to here and fails again, and then look for a more durable bottom. But in the meantime, I'm not going to be a hero. I went ahead and took a nice 10% profit in DRIP, and then a 7% profit in a CL short, which was pretty amazing trade for us that we put on Thursday and Friday. So that's kind of where I'm looking at now going into tomorrow. I'm expecting an update tomorrow, and that's been the norm, but I'm still expecting a down week overall, at least till Thursday around 1:30 East time, and then Friday's a crapshoot because we have the payroll report. But I'm expecting that they'll probably push the market higher and then higher the following week, and then the last couple weeks in July probably be on the weak side. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. This is Bob from Trade Genius signing off, and I'll catch up with you guys a little bit later or tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.